Hello everyone, I'm Emily and I'm the Family Learning Producer here at the National Army Museum. Today, we're going to be getting in the festive spirit by exploring some Christmas-themed objects in our collection, as well as investigating some of the different ways the Army has used to send provisions to its troops. Throughout its history, the British Army has been based all over the world, including places such as India, Egypt, Sudan, France and Belgium. With troops far away from home serving overseas, the Army has had to think logistically to make sure supplies of weapons, ammunition and food get to the places they are needed. And not to mention, at this time of year, soldiers' cards, letters and Christmas presents. Now, although these tins don't look like much, as we unpack the detail and story behind them, there's a bit more to them than first meets the eye. Does anybody recognise the royal on the front of this tin? This is Queen Victoria, and she commissioned this tin to be filled with chocolate and sent to troops serving abroad during the Boer War. It has rounded edges, so it would sit nicely inside a soldier's knapsack. Like I said, it has chocolate inside and a card which says, "I wish you a happy new year." Now, to have these tins made and have them filled with chocolate, Queen Victoria asked the 3 leading sweets manufacturers of the day to help her with this. She asked Fry's, Rowntree, and another company that you might be familiar with from your Christmas selection boxes, Cadbury. However, the Cadburys were Quakers and therefore pacifists. This meant they could not and would not accept any payment for the chocolate they produced because they would see this as profiting from war. Therefore, they created the chocolate inside as a gift. Now, I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. If we open this tin up, we have got the original chocolate inside. And that means that this chocolate is over 100 years old. I don't think that would be very tasty to eat this Christmas. A bit later on, during the First World War, some Quakers registered as conscientious objectors. A conscientious objector is someone who refuses military service due to personal or religious beliefs. Now, the Cadbury family, they were Quakers, but Lawrence Cadbury, he wasn't a conscientious objector. Instead, he signed up to serve with the Friends Ambulance Unit, who was helping the wounded over in France. This meant he could serve his country during the First World War, but in a way that aligned with his belief. Now, this leads us nicely to our second object here. This is the Princess Mary gift tin that was produced during the First World War. Princess Mary was the daughter of King George V, the king at the time, and she wanted to do something for every soldier at the front and sailor afloat during the First World War. Therefore, a campaign was started to have these tins made. So we can see it's got Princess Mary on the front, and it's also got the name of Britain's allies, people that were supporting them during the war. So we've got France and also Russia on the other side. Now, but what did this tin have inside it? Well, this is the unusual thing. These tins had lots of different combinations. So if you're a smoker, you might receive a tin containing tobacco or cigarettes. Non-smokers had a tin with a pencil and notepaper in, and nurses received a tin containing chocolate. They even catered for people with different religions, so Sikhs serving in the British Armed Forces received a tin containing sweets and spices. This was really unusual for the time, to create something that was different rather than all being the same for everyone. By Christmas 1914, over 355,000 tins were successfully delivered. The Boer War and Princess Mary gift tins were delivered using traditional methods, but during the Second World War, the Army used something a little bit different to keep its troops supplied: parachutes. During the Second World War, there was an operation called Operation Market Garden, and this was an airborne operation, meaning that soldiers were parachuted behind enemy lines. They had to cross enemy territory with the aim of securing river crossings across the Rhine and helping the army to advance into Germany. Now, because an operation could potentially last up to 3 months, resupply by parachute was supposed to happen roughly every 2 weeks, weather and security permitting. Supplies of food, weapons and ammunition were all dropped by parachute. we're going to have a go at making our own parachutes and putting them to the test here in the museum today. But first, how do parachutes work? Well, when an object is falling through the air, it has two forces acting on it: gravity and air resistance. Gravity is pulling an object closer to the ground, whereas air resistance is helping to slow it down. When you have a parachute, you're widening your surface area, which means greater air resistance and helping to slow your descent. Now, we're going to have a go at doing our own supply drop here in the museum, and we have some very important cargo to send. Everyone's favourite food, sprouts. Let's have a go at making our own parachutes. We have 3 different designs of parachute. Now it's time to put those to the test. Today, we've explored some Christmas presents from the Army's past, as well as made our own parachutes and put them to the test. Why not have a go at home at making your own parachute and delivering some supplies this Christmas? Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the museum sometime soon.